Good morning. We're going to do an update video on Bleach. So this will be kind of like a Bleach 101 for dummies. All right, but I can't use Bleach for dummies in my title because that's copyright. There's already like all types of stuff for dummies. So we don't want to have a copyright deal going on. But I can say it on my video, and but not in an insulting way. But what I want to do is we're going to talk real quick about Bleach, and we're going to replace an old video from a couple years ago that many of you guys might remember. I used to do daily videos every day, so every day my new video was a connection to the past video, and there was like 10 minutes of talk about my camera and stuff before we got into the Bleach, and it really upset people. Kind of like the way people get upset when they turn on the NFL and then they see people kneeling. It's kind of like the same thing. They turn on my video to watch Bleach and they hear about a camera. So I wonder if those people complain about the NFL or if they only complain about YouTubers. I don't know. Either way, we're going to take that video down because it's just not relevant anymore with all that camera talk. But what I did is I went through my last few popular pressure wash videos, especially the last one we just did is really scoring high and getting a lot of comments, and it seems like it's being run through some like Facebook pressure wash forums or something, and I guess I'm right around the target and upsetting a lot of people that are trying to push their own product or push their own business because they're like really attacking me with stupid questions. For example, does bleach ruin your clothes? No, of course not. That's from the washing machine. Somebody put a bottle of something in. I don't remember what it was, and it put spots on it. Yeah, of course bleach will ruin your clothes. There's a certain level of intelligence that you got to have if you're going to be in an outdoor business, okay? Whether you're cleaning gutters and climbing ladders, you got to be kind of smart. Asking the question like, should I grease my ladder so it doesn't squeak when I open it, might not be the best thing to do. Climbing a ladder, especially if you get grease on the rungs, you're probably gonna fall. So, you know, there's a certain level of intelligence you have to work outside. I'm just gonna put that out there because I get really a lot of stupid questions, and that's fine. But it's like people go like really personal. Like, listen, do you hear the birds? People comment about me killing the birds when I wash the houses. Last my knowledge, what years I've been doing this, I've never had a customer call me up and complain that there's a bunch of dead crows in their yard. Never heard of it. It's never happened. And my birds that are outside that I pressure wash my bricks and I bleach down my siding and stuff like that are perfectly fine. The smell doesn't hurt them. So. I get it, there's stupid people and there's haters, and you guys are going to tell me just blow off the haters, don't worry about them. And I do blow them off. I don't take haters personal. The only thing that pisses me off about dumbasses that comment on my channel really stupid shit is they're misinforming other people with bad intentions. And so kind of like this whole thing with Trump and fake news, you know. Not all comments are bad and not all news is bad, but when you're doing fake news to try to hijack a message or to try to convince people to think a certain way, it's the same thing with stupid comments in the comment section. So I've actually gone back in some of my videos and I turned the comments to where nothing shows unless I approve them. So because people are just getting out of control. So I want to take a minute to answer a lot of those questions and rediscuss bleach real fast. Bleach and sodium hypochlorite and all that. So let's just go ahead and jump right into that. So first of all, I deal with 3 percentages of SH. Now SH is sodium hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite is chlorinating liquid, is pool bleach, is bleach, is Clorox, if you just want to call it Clorox, what else people call it? Chlorine. Sodium hypochlorite is all that stuff. That's what sodium hypochlorite is. So when we talk about SH in our videos or sodium hypochlorite or bleach, we're talking all about the same thing. So Don't be confused if somebody says, oh, he's using pool bleach. You can't use that. Pool bleach is bleach, okay? It's chlorinating liquid. It comes in different levels, different, percentages of SH in the active ingredients. So here's chlorinating liquid, Pool Essentials chlorinating liquid, pool bleach. This comes in 10% sodium hypochlorite. It says it right in the active ingredients, okay? This is regular Clorox bleach, regular bleach, okay? This means it's diluted down. It only has 6%. This is regular bleach, 6% sodium hypochlorite, okay? That's what this is. Phosphorus free and all that. All right, now this is bleach, original bleach, generic brand, but concentrated. It says concentrated right here, and that has a percentage of concentrated bleach, sodium hypochlorite, 8.25%. So regardless of the name that it is, okay, whether they call it bleach, chlorinating liquid, regular bleach, concentrated bleach, whatever, it's sodium hypochlorite. And then, that's going to be the percentage that you worry about. That's the only thing that you need to know when it has to do with bleach is what is the percentage of the product that you're using, because that's the only thing that's going to vary your ingredients when you're mixing up a jug to spray on your vinyl house, vinyl fence, or whatever. That's it, right here, okay? Sodium hypochlorite, your percentage. Now, I got some percentages for you to talk about real quick. First of all, let's talk about a chemical downstream injector. I link to these in the descriptions of my videos, and I'll put this in the featured product. All right, this one is a non-adjustable downstream chemical injector. Pump, garden hose in, pump, chemical injector, pressure hose. All right, downstream means it's after the pump. All right, bleach never enters the pump because it gets siphoned right here, sucked in through this clear tube that you stick in your jug of bleach. You stick it right in your bottle if you need to, all right? And then your pressure hose goes out. So the bleach never goes through your pump. So when people say, oh, my pump says do not run bleach through it, you're gonna ruin my pump. No, this is a downstream chemical injector. And you can purchase these in the link that I have in the featured items in my description of this video. This one's non-adjustable. I do not like the non-adjustables. This will suck a 5-gallon bucket dry in a half a yard, or half side of a house if you're not moving fast. But I have this one for demonstration purposes, just to show you. You get them with the quick connect right here, and you can get the quick connect and put it on your pump if you don't have one. But most pressure wash pumps, even your cheap Troy Bills and stuff like that, have a downstream chemical injector after the pump. All right, you'll see a little black knob thing, little thing. I did a video that I show it. All right, and it's will this work or something like that. I'll link to that up here. All right, I show you on like a Troy Bilt little homeowner model. I think it might have a Briggs engine. It might have a Honda engine. I don't remember. But the little pump, it's your generic pump that's going to be on most of your cheap pressure washers, regardless of the brand. I show you where the downstream chemical injector is, and you would just stick this little clear hose that you can buy that comes with the chemical injector, or from this link, you can look around for just your clear siphon hose, and I'll show you exactly where you plug it in. That sucks your bleach in and it brings it through. I've heard many different people say many different percentages as to what the downstream chemical injector is doing. Is it doing a 20 to 1, a 10 to 1, a 12 to 1? What is it doing? I think this one is the 10 to 1, and it drains your bucket fast. This will pull a lot of chemicals really fast. I do not like it. Too fast. I have the adjustable one that's on my pressure washer, and the guy at the shop told me that it's 20 to 1. And that seems to work out just fine. There are times where I wish it worked a little bit quicker. Like pulled a little bit more, put a little bit stronger solution on. Because sometimes you got to go back with a pump sprayer with a stronger solution for like really bad areas. But that's technique, and we talk about technique in different videos. We're not talking about technique today. We're just talking about mixing and answering some of y'all's questions. So one thing that we should discuss then is 20 to 1, 10 to 1. A happy medium is anywhere from 14 to 16 to 1. And so I came up with some ratios right here. So like, what is 16 to 1? 16 to 1 is 8 ounces, 1 cup. 1 cup of SH, bleach, to 1 gallon of water. So for every gallon of water you put in, so if this is a 4-gallon backpack sprayer right here, okay? If you put 3 gallons in it of water, then you put 24 ounces of bleach and you're 16 to 1. This is going to deliver about the same ratio as that downstream chemical injector. Close. Somewhere in the middle of these two. That's not bad. If you have a really dirty spot, really bad area, you could put in extra 4 to 8 ounces and blend this a little bit stronger. Maybe bring it down to 12 to 1. So it's a little bit stronger. All right. But for your generic, basic, where should I start, Dan? I got a backpack sprayer, or I got a 1-pump sprayer, and I want to clean the side of my house, or I want to clean the side of my shed, or whatever you want to call it, in the backyard. How do I mix it? I would say put 8 ounces of 8.25% concentrated sodium hypochlorite bleach, or the 10% sodium hypochlorite bleach. 8 ounces in 1 gallon sprayer, or 8 ounces per gallon of water, if you have more than 1 gallon, and go spray. All right, and then when you're done, rinse it off really well with a garden hose, and remember to rinse out your sprayer really good. I guess I have to tell people that because they don't realize it, but you have to rinse out your sprayer. And if you don't have a sprayer yet, make sure you get one with minimal amount of metal. You don't want metal tips and stuff like that, they'll corrode. So just get a plastic chemical sprayer. And some of them will even say safe for bleach. They'll have like no metal parts at all. So just look for that, okay? If you can, chemical sprayer. They'll have the minimal amount of metal. All right, so 8 ounces sodium hypochlorite of any level, 10%, 8.25, 6% per 1 gallon of water. That's gonna get you started. If you got really bad area, mix it a little stronger. If you're a little bit worried that it might be too strong, go thinner. See, that's what I was saying. There's a certain level of intelligence you have to have if you're gonna work outside. If you take somebody else's experience and copy it exactly, you're wrong. You have to listen to what the person's saying, and don't be afraid to start off small. If I tell you, you have a really nice Persian rug in your house, and hey, go get this chemical cleaner and just clean your carpet, it'll be great, and you turned your tan carpet black, that's your dumb fault. You should have tried it in a very small area, and somewhere where nobody would notice it. So you got to have a certain level of intelligence. All right, I have a certain level of responsibility to give you the best advice that I can, and I'm giving you my exact experience. So I'm not pointing you in the wrong direction in any way, shape, or form, but I don't know the entire world here. So I don't know your environment and stuff like that. So be smart, all right? Thin it down if it makes you nervous. It's that simple. Okay. These other products that people keep coming onto my channel and trying to push, it's almost like they got stock in the company or something, because they're like relentlessly trying to push other stuff. I don't use any other products, and I'm not interested in using any other products. If somebody wants to send me something, I'll give it a shot. And if it works, great. And if it don't work, great. But it has to also be efficient from a business point of view. The most efficient method of washing a house that I have found that works fantastic, and that you guys make a lot of money doing now because you follow my advice, is exactly the way I do it. A little bit of bleach, a little bit of water, a downstream chemical injector, a pressure washer, and about 30 minutes. And a house is washed. And it's washed safely. I mean, bleach is not going to damage anything when you rinse it off You know, if you do it too strong, you spray this straight on and you don't rinse it off, you can expect some corrosion to happen. But you dilute it the way I dilute it, rinse it when you're done. I mean, I clearly demonstrated on video. You're not going to have problems. All right? You're just not going to have problems. It's not going to happen. People are saying prolonged use. Well, what's the definition of prolonged use? You washing your house every day? You got your vinyl sitting in bleach for 3 hours in a bucket somewhere? You're rinsing it, or you're spraying it on. 10 or 15 minutes later, you're rinsing it clean. It's over. It's not there anymore. It's done. It's gone. It's not corroding anything at all. It's already put on thin, and you're rinsing it off and making it even thinner until it's gone. All right, so relax, people. It works. It works great. I promise you. And I've been doing it for years now, and I've been doing it to this house for years now, and I don't have any vinyl deteriorating. Nothing's pulling back. My birds are still kicking, and I still have beautiful lawn. Everything's working out great. My bushes are great. All right, so that's real quick about mixing this down, getting it to like 16:1, 8 ounces per gallon. You can go a little weaker, you can go a little stronger, but I highly suggest a pressure washer with a downstream chemical injector. That's the best way to do it, all right? But if you're just a homeowner and you're doing a one-off, hey, this year I'm gonna do my house, maybe I won't do it again for 2 or 3 years, then you can do it like I showed you with a little sprayer and stuff like that. Now, if you're running 10%, 10% is a lot stronger than 8.25%. Just like 8.25% is a lot stronger than 6%. You think it's not, it is. Those little differences really do make a difference. So if you're just a homeowner just starting out, go buy yourself about 3 gallons. Actually, you probably only need about 2 gallons of like Clorox or whatever brand, concentrated bleach, 8.25, mix it 8 ounces per gallon, and go spray your house. Have your garden hose ready. Let it dwell about 15-20 minutes, rinse it off. If you still got to do another coat, do another coat. A little splash of Dawn in with your bleach helps as a surfactant. It loosens up the dirt and loosens up like spider webs and all that sort of stuff. It loosens up like any little spider nests and wasp nests and all that sort of stuff. So a little bit, you can use any detergent you want. You can use laundry soap, you can use dish soap. Use some type of a soap, about 1 ounce per gallon of water, all right? Make sure that's mixed up real good, and that gives you nice surfactant, loosens up all the dirt and everything off the side of your house and makes it so it rinses really nice. Also, it makes the bleach dwell a little bit longer. It doesn't evaporate so long. It kind of leaves a film. And then when you rinse, you'll see a nice flow of water. And I showed that in that last video I did, how to pressure wash without a pressure washer, where we did a side of a house right here. And then I used a garden hose, and you flow the water. You go down and you kind of stand on the side of the house and you flow the water, so the water makes like a sheet and just pulls all the dirt, rinses all the chemical down real good. So that's my suggestion right there to get you guys in the business. Do your own house, do your own shed, figure it out, and make your recipe accordingly. All right, I'm just going to get you started. All right, we need to talk about 10 questions, top 10 questions that you guys have. The other chemicals. You see this right here, like this right here is like less than $4 at Walmart. People said you can also find this at Lowe's, which probably means you can find it at Home Depot. You can probably find it at Tractor Supply or any brand. 10%, 10%, or under $4. A gallon of concentrated bleach under $4, and you could probably find it cheaper on sale at Kroger, Publix, Walmart, whatever. 8.25 concentrated bleach. I don't mess with 6%. It's just too weak. I just don't mess with it. I try to find concentrated bleach, or the 10% is even better, because it needs less dwell time. So as a business, this helps you get through your job faster. As a homeowner, this is effective, easily available everywhere, and gets the job done. So that's the difference right there. Just a homeowner, 8.25%. Trying to make a business out of it, start looking for 10%, and you can buy 15, 30, and probably 55-gallon drums of 10% as well, and siphon right from the drum if you need to, or pour the drum into a bucket, 5-gallon bucket. you can't beat the cost. And when you're talking, you know, I'm going to put 3 cups of a gallon, right, into a backpack sprayer and do half a house. I don't know, you know, and then I can come back and do another 3 cups into a backpack sprayer, do the other half of the house, and be done for $4 and still have bleach left over for my laundry, for my bathrooms, for whatever else I want to clean. That, from a business point of view, and even just from a homeowner point of view, you can't beat the price. So these other like liquids that outdoor this and cleaning that, and you know, you put it on and you walk away and you never have to hose it off. I'm sorry, but there's wasp nests, spider webs, there's dirt, there's all types of stuff. It might look clean, but it's not. You have to rinse. You have to rinse. There's no way you cannot rinse. You have to rinse. It is not, I don't care. I would hate, I mean, if you could spray something and then just walk away and not have to rinse it, I'd hate to get that on my skin, because I can only imagine what that shit is. So if you're gonna spray something on, you're gonna rinse it off. You have to rinse it off, because you have to rinse the dirt off. You have to. Otherwise, all you're doing is making it look clean, but then you go up and you touch it and you're getting shit all over you. So no. When it comes to effectiveness and efficiency, 1 gallon of bleach, you can get 6 cups out of it. That's a half a gallon, roughly. And, you know, you just did your whole house. Half a gallon with a sprayer. Even if you used a whole gallon for $4 in a sprayer. You just, I mean, you know. Now, if you're downstream chemical injecting, it's going to take a little bit more than a gallon, because it pulls more. It's going to pull more. And you're spraying, and it's not as direct as this, so you're going to need more than 1 gallon. Usually a house my size, like 1,700 square foot outside, is going to take about 3 gallons, okay? I always buy an extra gallon. So you're talking about $16 or less, and then you're going to have about, you know, for every gallon of this, about 4 ounces of soap. So you put a squirt of soap in each one of these, stick your downstream tube in it, or pour these right into a 5-gallon bucket, put about 4 or 5 ounces of soap in it, 3 or 4 ounces of soap in it, stick your siphon hose right in it. This is a PVC pipe that you slide on. This is a 1/2-inch PVC pipe you slide on, and it goes right there, and that puts weight, so it holds it down in the 5-gallon bucket. And you connect this to your downstream chemical injector, and you're done. You suck that stuff right in, and it's too easy. The effectiveness and the efficiency of bleach, I'm not interested in any way, shape, or form using anything else. Now, if you're over here hugging trees and stuff, that's fine. You can hug trees and you can talk about bleach and how dangerous it is and all that stuff. I mean, I don't agree. I don't care. I don't agree with that at all. I think bleach is perfectly fine. I wouldn't drink it, but in small amounts. It's how we clean our water. It's how we, you know, there's chlorine in our drinking water right now. I mean, it's just in less amounts. I wouldn't want 2 drops of anything else that's in a different product in my drinking water. So when say, oh, this isn't safe, well, no, it's not safe in large quantities. But we drink this. We drink this. We swim in this. That other stuff, I wouldn't swim in it. I wouldn't put my kid in it. I wouldn't put it in a bathtub and drink it after a hurricane blows by. I wouldn't drink 2 drops of it into 10 gallons of water. But I'll drink 2 drops of this in 10 gallons of water. Wouldn't you? I mean, in the Army, this is how we would disinfect water. This is how we clean. So we use sodium hypochlorite. So I mean, save it. I don't really want to hear it, and those comments just go straight to the trash bin. So I mean, you know, we try to keep things real over here. You're not going to damage things with bleach if you do it responsibly, and you know, don't be pouring this on animals. Don't be pouring this on grass and plants and saying, see, it does kill it. Of course it does. Anything in large quantity does. That's why I said you have to have a level of intelligence if you're going to work outside. You need to be safe. You need to be smart. You need to dilute it. And if you find, okay, here's the thing. This is the part I can't teach. I can't teach intelligence. If you're putting on a chemical and it's working so fast that you're like, wow, I can't believe how fast that worked, thin it out. Make the chemical last even longer by using less of it in the water. Okay, those are things you can't teach. Those are just things I have to assume that you would know. All right, if your food is just too damn salty, put less salt. If your bleach mix is just too damn strong and it's like really potent on your nose and it's hurting you, it's like, oh man, that's really strong bleach smell, which I've never had a complaint on. But people love the smell actually. They walk outside like, oh, it smells so clean. It's like, yeah, bleach will do that. And then the Dawn dish soap really makes it smell good too. You can use any soap you want. Really makes a nice smell for the customer and for yourself if you do in your house. But if it's just cutting so fast, just cutting through the grime, the mildew so fast, and you're like, wow. If it worries you, thin it out, okay? Just stop and go, okay, I'm gonna put more water in here, I'm gonna thin this out and see if we can keep cutting. Until it gets to a point where the dwell time's like, holy crap, I've cooked pot roast in a crock pot faster than this. Then you went too thin. Use your own intelligence there, okay? Make a note, put it in your file. Next year you know. I did 8 ounces, it was too fast. I'm gonna do 6 ounces next time. That's intelligence I can't teach. That's responsibility you have to have. All right, I'm just telling you what works for me. 8 ounces, 1 gallon of water. Works like a champ, works great. All right, let's get into the questions and then we'll go do a demo real fast. The number one question I always get from you guys is, will it hurt plants? No. It will not hurt plants when you dilute it the way I show you to dilute it, or dilute it even more. However, if you can move delicate potted plants or anything like that that a customer might have laying around, move them out of the way. Put them out in the middle of the yard, get them out of the way. Get your welcome mats out of the way. If there's any art that they have hanging on the walls, get that out of the way. All right, again, certain level of intelligence you have to have. But these robust plants, viburnums, ficus, knockout roses, lordendrums, all these plants that are strong, robust, hedge-type plants, they're going to be fine. Your annuals, those are delicate plants. I wouldn't spray annuals directly, but at the same time, annuals usually aren't up close to a house. So why would the annuals, like by walkways and paths, get to? I don't seek them out and spray them. So I've never had an issue where I lost any delicate plants or any plants for that matter. As long as you dilute it, don't spray them directly. And when you're done, when you're rinsing the house, if they're delicate flowering plants, rinse the plants. You know what I mean? But try not to rinse the chemical to the plants. Again, a certain level of intelligence you have to have. But no, doing a simple house wash with either the pressure washer downstream chemical injector or the mixing it like that into a sprayer, I've never lost a plant, and I don't think you will either. Now, you could have some pulling back a little bit, maybe a little bit of toxic shock, maybe a little bit of yellowing and some leaves fall off, but I don't see it. I don't have that issue. And I'll take you down and show you a house as the sun's coming up that we did last week. We mixed a half a gallon. We went strong, baby. A half a gallon of 10% into a backpack sprayer, 3 gallons. That's strong. That was 6-to-1 with 10%. And we'll go for a walk in a little bit. So plants, no. Will it hurt animals? Yes. And if you spray an animal with this, I hope you go to jail, and I hope they have a lot of fun with your ass in jail, because you shouldn't be spraying any chemicals with any plant or any animals around. Now, once the chemical is sprayed and it's on the house and it's dried, it's just as safe for an animal to go in and out of the house and go do its business and go back into the house as it is for you and your kids to be walking around as you're doing it. Again, you're not going to spray your kids. Don't spray an animal. You're not going to have your kids licking the vinyl. Don't let the animal lick the vinyl. It would probably tingle its tongue. Once you rinse, it's gone. The stuff is gone. It's in the ground. It's diluted into the soil so thin, it's gone. All right, that's like saying a swimming pool is going to kill raccoons. Last I checked, swimming pools and raccoons, I don't know. I've never seen a raccoon, like, I don't know. Again, a certain level of intelligence has to be here, guys. All right, there's no, don't spray a raccoon. All right, that's all I'm going to tell you. But once the stuff is done, I have no problem letting my dogs go outside. In fact, I sprayed my back down. I sprayed my back down with this 6-1, all right, because I still had some left. I sprayed the whole back down, and when my air conditioner drains, there's like all this like green algae mildew stuff, and the dogs want to drink that damn water. I bleached the shit out of it with this and turned it crystal clear water instantly, and I have no fear. My dogs are fine. They don't have diarrhea. They're not throwing up, and everything's fine. I don't intentionally put them outside to drink that water, but I don't fear it because it's so damn diluted. It's like drinking swimming pool, and we all do, and nobody's dead. I mean, some people, but you know, that's maybe if you shouldn't have been in the pool in the first place. Will it ruin clothes? No. What makes you think that? Of course it'll ruin clothes. It's bleach. What if it's on your skin? Gets on my skin all the time when I'm spraying with the Downstream chemical injector, or if I'm spraying with the sprayer. You actually have more control with this. It doesn't usually get on you. But when you're spraying with this and you're spraying up and the wind blows it back on you, man, sometimes there's nothing you can do. It gets in your face and your eyes and your hair, your hat, all over your clothes. It doesn't do anything to me. The only thing that bothers me is when I'm wet and I'm in the sun working, I burn faster, of course. So you should have sunscreen on for being outside. But it's it's diluted. Don't pour this down your back. Okay, don't pour this down your back. I'm just telling you right now, this will cause chemical burn to your skin. However, once you dilute it, if it gets on you, if you have sensitive skin, go rinse it off. Okay? But if you don't have sensitive skin, if you're like me, you got leather skin, you've been outside your whole life, there's no effect, and I'll be soaked by the end of a house, especially doing by a front door where, I mean, you try to not get wet, and you think, okay, I'm going to start here and work my way around. There's nothing you can do, you get wet. I don't know, maybe the pro dudes out there have it figured out now. I don't, and I am soaked head to toe by the time I'm done with one house, and I'll go and do 4 more. Soaked this all day, doesn't affect me. Will it affect you? I don't know. If you have sensitive skin, you know that. All I can say is, I'm fine. It hasn't hurt me, not one bit. I use Dawn soap. People say that's mustard gas, it's illegal, blah, blah, blah. Use whatever you want, people. Just because I use Dawn soap doesn't mean you have to. If you're worried about making mustard gas and ISIS coming over and recruiting you, then maybe you might want to choose a different field, okay? But whatever. Use laundry detergent, use whatever you want, but a surfactant really does help. People say about some other stuff to use as a surfactant. It's probably expensive and it's not on the shelf. Dawn is on my shelf, on my sink. I got laundry soap I can choose. I'm not going out to buy something special when all I need is a surfactant. There's nothing on the shelf at Home Depot or Lowe's that I need that I don't have right here. And that's efficiency. That's effectiveness and efficiency. And it works just fine. What if the backpack sprayer leaks and gets on your back? I've been getting that a lot lately. Throw it out. Take it back. Tell them it leaks. Tell them it's garbage. Period. If you dropped it, damaged it, and broke it, take it back, get another one. If the seals are worn out, take it back, get another one. If it's out of warranty, throw it away, buy another one. If you have any chemical or any water of any sort, of any kind, dripping down your back, take it off your back. Birds are chirping. I'm gonna go bleach my house, get rid of those varmints. Okay. Will it work on brick? No, I demonstrated that. It really doesn't work on brick. When it comes to brick, I use the white tip, the green tip, or the yellow tip. All right? Using bleach and soap and stuff like that on brick just doesn't work. Vinegar doesn't work. I've tried it all. I got a spot by my birds. I've tried vinegar, didn't do shit. I tried bleach, really didn't do shit. The only thing that works is pressure, because brick is so porous that stuff is in there and it just doesn't get it. I don't know why, but it doesn't get it. Soap, bleach, the mix doesn't work. People are saying, I dare you to try that on red clay, you're an effing idiot and all this stuff. No, it doesn't work. I wouldn't try it on red clay brick. It doesn't work. So that's like saying, I dare you to try that on your truck. Right? Certain level of intelligence, people. Okay, work on concrete. People say it does work on concrete. I don't like to spray it on concrete because I find that just using, excuse me, a surface cleaner with the spinning broom works fantastic. Works great. Works awesome. And if you have a hot water pressure washer, that works even better because it helps break up the viscosity of the oil and stuff like that. You know, you put some really hot water on the oil, put some Dawn on there, help break up the oil, help lift it up, use a surface cleaner. The problem is, when you start putting chemicals down on a driveway, you should have a cleaning system that will recover the dirty water, because you're putting soap, bleach, and oil now into drainage systems. All right, that's where people on the internet really have a beef, and rightfully so. Now, every time it rains, my driveway runs down. If I come back and make it rain a little bit harder to get dirt up, then the runoff water is just dirty water. Well, there's dirty water in the lawn as it runs off. So I don't lose any sleep over pressure washing my driveway without chemicals and not trapping it. But if you start putting chemicals down on your driveway and on your sidewalk, that's on you. And that runoff water is questionable. So that's something you need to think about. Where can I buy 10% SH? Walmart, Pool Essentials. Walmart carries it. A comment said Lowe's carries it, which probably means Home Depot carries it, which probably means like a lot of your smaller throughout the country, maybe throughout the world has it. I don't know, but that's 10%. Pool supply places probably going to have 10%. You might buy them in 5-gallon jugs. I don't know. Start calling places that sell pool chemicals, pool companies. Ask them where you can get 10%. You don't need 10% if you're not in business. All you need is 8.25%. If you're in business, 10% is nice because it goes a little bit further. You can thin this down further than 8 ounces per gallon. You could go 6 ounces per gallon. You might even go 4 ounces per gallon, and it'll work just fine. It all depends on how long you're willing to let it dwell before you need to get to the next house. There's a level of intelligence required, people. Don't spray it straight so you can haul ass to the next house. All right, that's when you're going to start damaging a lot of shit. This needs to be diluted and diluted well. Okay, follow my recipe or thinner. Funny. The next question is, can I mix it thinner? Yes, absolutely. You can do 1 ounce of bleach per gallon of water. Probably not going to get much done, but you can do it. And then when you realize it doesn't work, go ahead and put 2 ounces of bleach per gallon of water. Probably ain't going to get much done. Add another ounce. Probably ain't going to get much done. Add another ounce. Till you get to about 4.5, 5 ounces per gallon of, say, 10% or maybe 8.25%, you're really not going to be getting much done. If you're using 6% regular household bleach, regular bleach, you're going to need more than 8.25 or this. But you can go as thin as you want, but just don't go hot. Don't go too hot, all right? Speaking of hot, 12%. The thing about 12% is 12% doesn't just white your clothes. 12% will burn a hole in your clothes if you get 12% on you. The people at the chemical place, Savannah Brush and Chemical, where I buy my 10% in bulk, they have holes all in their clothes. All right, I mean their jeans have holes in them from the bleach, from 12%, dealing with 12%. That's psycho, man. That's crazy. Just too much. Somebody said if you're using 12%, you're thinning it down to 5% anyways. So why is it too hot? You're an idiot. Well, how is, you know, and was trying to be really insulting to me. And the thing is, what I explained to him was, and I was trying to be nice about it, I was like, look, what you're not realizing is effectiveness and efficiency. If you have 12% bleach, this much 12% sodium hypochlorite is going to go, what is this? 16 ounces. So this is 2 cups, all right? If I was gonna put 1 cup, 8 ounces of this per gallon of water, I would put about, if this is 12.5%, I would put maybe a 1/4 cup of 12.5% because it's so hot. 12.5% is that much stronger than 10%, that I wouldn't only just go in half, I would go in maybe, in thirds. You know, take 2/3 out and use 1/3 of what I would use of this, or 8.25. And what that does is, yes, it weakens it down to about the same level strength, but it goes a lot further. So people buy that are in business, they buy to 12.5% because a 55-gallon drum of 12.5% at like $150 for the drum will get you a lot further because you mix it down, you thin it out, so it's not so volatile, it's not so corrosive, it's not so dangerous. You thin it out to be equal to using this. The thing is, this whole bottle would be required to do 1 wall, where this much 12.5 would be required to do that same wall because it's so potent, okay? That's the difference. It's not that you're changing the SH amount, and that I'm scared of 12.5 being so hot and it doesn't make sense, you're gonna thin it down anyways. No, it's so hot in its raw form before it's diluted, it's so dangerous. In fact, it's so dangerous they'll only let you carry 1 55-gallon drum at a time, because I think you need permits. That's what the place told me anyways. I think you need permits to carry more than 1 55-gallon drum of 12.5 at a time. And it weighs like 600 freaking pounds. It's ridiculous. So, it's just that strong. But yeah, you thin it down, but it goes a very long way. A 55-gallon drum will go probably 2 or 3 times further of 12.5 than a 55-gallon drum of 10%. That's the thing, okay? 3 pumps of 10% to a gallon of water compared to 1 pump of 12.5% to a gallon of water. The 55-gallon drum is going to last you 3 times longer, 2 times longer, 3 times longer. Got me? So again, certain level of intelligence that's required. I think that's it, man. We basically covered it all. That basically covers it 100%. Let's do. Let's go check some stuff out. Okay, right here. I sprayed bleach. First I sprayed vinegar. Then I sprayed bleach. Really didn't do much. Still got that black moldy crap going on. Oh, the birds are still alive. How about that? Still kicking, even with that smell of bleach. Unbelievable. But I did that a little while ago, and it really didn't do much. The vinegar didn't do anything. The bleach didn't do anything. But you hit that real fast with a pressure washer, instant clean. Instant clean. All right, I think everybody's still sleeping in the house. It's 8 o'clock Sunday morning, so I'm going to be quiet. We're going to go up here and I'm going to video the side of the house that we washed last week. This was how to pressure wash without a pressure washer. I put 10%, really strong, 1/2 gallon to 3 gallons of water. That's really, really strong. That's about the strongest you're ever going to use, okay? I want you guys to notice the wood fence, not discolored, except one slat that they had replaced with an old, I don't understand it. I want you to notice the yard, the grass is still green, all the way up to the house. And I want you to notice the plants still nice and green and growing and no issues. This is 1 week later, and this is about as strong as you could possibly even think to put, you know, this is stronger than I'd ever did, but I wanted you guys to see going hot with a backpack sprayer, you can get the job done. But not too hot that you start killing things. 1/2 gallon of 10% mixed in with 3 gallons of bleach. That's 6 to 1. That's really strong. Let's check it out. All right, plants are clean, plants are green, plants look good. The house is clean. Grass is green. And the fence, see that one slat right there? I don't know why they have that old slat, but you see the fence, not discolored. Okay, so like I said, everything looks good. Everything's fine. That was really, really strong. Now, really way up close to the house, there's a little bit of discoloration with the lawn, like way up close to the house. But again, that's a really strong mix. And there's, you know, that side of the house, like even my yard has that little bit of discolor because the sun doesn't really get there. And this is centipede grass, and centipede grass needs a lot of daylight, and we don't get a lot of daylight. Hang on. So like right here at my house, now you see my house is dirty. I haven't done my house, but you see the discoloration here, right up against the brick. Same thing as hers. That's just because of the sun and the type of grass. But anyways, all right, that was our little field trip. That's Bleach 101, Bleach for Dummies. Not in an insulting way, but you know what I mean. That's it, okay? You guys got to have a certain level of responsibility to yourselves, to your knowledge, to your abilities. You got to think outside the box. I mean, what are all the cliches that you could say here? You got to think on your own and have a certain level of self-responsibility, okay? All I can do is point you in the right direction, but you need to know. The biggest example I can say is, you know, if you have an animal farm and a delicate plant farm, then you might want to just go outside with a little bit of soap and a bucket of water with a scrub brush and just clean what you need to clean and be chemical free. But if you live like us, pretty normal, and you can keep your dogs inside till the bleach is dry, I mean, no wild animal is going to come up and start licking your vinyl. It's just not going to happen. It's just, I've never seen it, and if it does, I'll video it and put it on YouTube. But, you know, let's just have a little bit of common sense here, guys, all right? Get out there, make some money, support your family, clean your own house if you have to, whatever, but take this information, learn from it, grow with it, try your own thing, and always remember, if you have a question, stop what you're doing, do more research, and you could always go thinner. That's it. Thank you.